So, one of the challenges rin pala as a pediatric home care nurse, lalo na if you already have a regular patient. Kapag yung regular patient mo na hospital, you have to cover for other patient, for other shifts. Kasi if you don't do that, hindi ka it's according sa policy ng company, yung STO, which is a supplemental time off only, it will only be applicable to the nurses na out of our control. Hindi kami makapasok doon sa patient namin dahil nga, for example, na hospital, and it will be applicable to us kung nag-offer sila sa amin ng shift and we accepted. Kapag nag-decline kami sa any shift na i-offer nila, walang STO. They will use my PTO, which is my paid time off, na syempre ayaw kong gamitin because I want to use that for myself, right? So you have no other choice but to really just accept the shift, whatever shift, whatever patient ibigay sa'yo. Thankfully lang, yung binigay sa akin ngayon malapit lang, within the town rin. It's in Lakewood. Malilate nga lang ako. My gosh, it's my first time there. Hindi ko pa na-meet yung patient, pero na-orient naman ako nung what do you call that, case manager, because that's the routine. Kapag bago ka dun sa patient, the case manager should orient you. So she did naman last night, and yung team ko, for my regular patient, we are all praying na sana makauwi na siya, kasi mas okay yung kapag alam mo na, kasi yung kapag kilala mo na yung patient, kilala mo na yung family. The best thing about that is kabisado mo na rin yung routine. You don't even need to look on CubHub just to know what to give or what to do, kasi alam mo na. Pero pag magko-cover ka like this, you gotta check CubHub all the time, because you can't just memorize everything in one shift, right? May training, nga dapat learning curve, or that's it. So that's one of the challenges. And yeah, yung STO, that's a challenge for us. By the way, dito sa state of New Jersey, what we learned recently is yung sick leave, it is mandatory, or it's mandatory here in this state. Pero unfortunately, sa company namin, wala kaming sick leave. And we don't know why. Maybe because we're immigrants, but I don't know the reason, really. Pero hopefully in the future, in the near future, they would listen to the nurses and may bigay din yung sick leave, because syempre we want to protect our PTO, diba? Everyone wants to use their PTO wisely. Not just kapag nagkasakit ka, you can go to work and they will use your PTO. We don't like that, really. Nobody likes that, but that's what's happening. Anyway, once I get there to my patient, tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari. I might update you after my shift na, or who knows, we'll see, right? See ya. Oo nga pala, no? What should as a home care, pediatric home care nurse or other home care nurse, ano ba yung kailangan dali namin every time we go to our shift? It really depends. I usually bring my stethoscope and my own thermometer. Although yung regular patient ko meron siyang sariling thermometer, but I still bring my own. It's a temporal and tympanic thermometer. Mura lang naman siya sa Amazon. And another thing that I always bring with me, of course, my stethoscope and my timer. Like, I'm not sure if I can pick it up from this pocket. Like this, kasi may tendency mag-seizure yung ibang patient. It's also mura lang sa Amazon. So I always have that. And I'm gonna bring that with me dito sa patient ko. Kasi dito sa i-cover ko kasi may ano raw, may seizure din daw. It's actually a complicated case na seizure. And another thing na dadalhin ko ngayon, which is a thing that I don't normally bring with me, is a pulse ox na packet lang. Kasi yung pupuntahan ko ngayon, wala siyang sariling pulse ox. Yung regular patient ko, may sarili siyang pulse ox. Continual yung pulse ox niya. Kasi vent patient naman siya. And another thing na dadalhin ko ngayon that I don't normally bring with me is gloves. My own gloves. Kasi wala din daw gloves doon. So I'm gonna bring my own. And gladly, meron yung roommate kong gloves sa pantry. So I got one. It's 10 pieces in that pack. And I also normally bring mask with me like this. Kasi sa patient na to, I'm not sure if the parent would want me to wear a mask, but some parents don't want their nurses, so their kids, to wear masks. Pero ako, I normally wear one. I usually wear one. And dun sa patient ko, I also bring one. I'll bring one or two with me all the time. And yung shift ko, sa regular patient ko, it's 3 times na 12 hours a week. I used to have a patient na pumapasok ako just for 4 hours a week. Pero the mom didn't want me anymore. I'm gonna talk about that later on perhaps. And ito naman, itong i-cover ko is just 8 hours na shift. And sa mid-shift, I usually work the night shifts overnight from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. So first time ko ngayon na mag-mid shift after a long time. So 2 p.m. until 10. And we'll see how everything's gonna be later. Okay? So, well, I can't believe it. It's hard to believe that once I hit the doorbell kanina, these 2 kids, 2 young, the daughters, I believe, 2 toddlers opened the door for me and they said, come in. So I came in, and one of the siblings, the elder siblings, brought me to the patient's room, and I started changing her diapers kasi may dirty diapers na siya. The one I covered for today, she's older, so she came home from school and I had a dirty diaper, so I changed her like 3 times, I believe. Once when I came in, and then after bath, and then right before bedtime. So may iba-iba kasing type ng patients na hinahandle for pediatric home care. There are those patients like yung sa regular patient ko, trach vent, and meron ding patients na G-tube lang, like I mentioned I think earlier, and meron ding patient pala na seizure case lang, and yung seizure niya iba-iba. For this patient, hindi naman siya, if she ever had seizure, the family didn't tell me kasi may time na I think that's from 7:30 hanggang almost 9:30 during Shabbos dinner nila, because today is Friday. So it's Shabbos for the Jewish people. Magkakasama sila downstairs, so ako nandun sa taas. And I just waited. Ang bait nga kasi there are some families talaga na nagbibigay ng food sa'yo, especially during Shabbos. And this is one of those families na nagbigay ng food sa akin for Shabbos, and they're really good. I mean, if you live here in Lakewood, I think you'd start to appreciate kosher food. Masasanay ka na din, especially if the parents are giving you food all the time. I know some nurses who have this benefit. Mabait yung parents na binibigyan sila ng pagkain all the time. I normally don't get food all the time. It's just for special occasions. And I believe yung nurse who works during Shabbos also gets the food. So, anong challenge for me today? Well, the giving ng meds, wala namang problema. Although, yeah, may patients na like this, oral lang binibigay yung medications. And they still need assistance. And sometimes some of them will not take the meds because they don't like the taste. Kasi syempre bata, di ba? Most kids or some kids don't like taking medicines unless you put them in a juice or milk, like this patient, or something else, apple sauce, mga ganyan. So that's not the challenge. The challenge for me was the lifting, kasi I changed this patient's diapers 3 times, right? So since mabigat siya, magti-teenager na kasi, so halos kasing height ko siya, malapit na. So mabigat siya. I had to push her to the side, push her to the other side. E minsan syempre nagre-resist, but you have to change diapers, of course. So yun yung challenge. And another challenge for me is yung pagbababa sa stairs, tsaka pag-akyat. I was told kasi na before coming there, nung inoriyan sa akin na assisted, I will just need to assist her. Pero may tendency pala na talagang yung weight niya mapupunta sa'yo. So hindi naman nangyari sa akin yung nangyari sa ibang nurse na nag-seizure during mahipa ba ako nito? Sana hindi naman, wala namang pangalan. Yung nag-seizure during pababa ng stairs, hindi naman yun nangyari, thankfully. And I'm also thankful na nandun din naman yung mga kapatid to help me out, kasi nakita nila na nahihirapan ako. And yung pag-bath, it's kind of a challenge for me kasi yung sa regular patient ko, hindi naman siya mabigat trach vent yun. And yung bath, dinadala lang namin sa room. And hindi siya mabigat talaga, like 20 plus pounds lang. So, kaya ko siyang i-care from crib to bath, tapos bath to crib. Tapos madali na mag-change ng diapers. Kahit ilang beses ko siya palitan throughout the night. Overnight night shift nurse ako, diba? So, I do overnight shifts. But normally, mga maximum na yung 3 diaper changes. Kasi hindi naman siya nag-wiwiwi during the night. Itong kinover ko, yun nga lang mabigat. Tapos yung sa bath niya talagang nag-change kasi siya ng position. So, syempre, hindi naman siya naka-helmet during bath. So, you have to make sure na hindi niya mahit yung ulo niya sa bathtub. Hindi lang kasi siya nakaupo. Umiikot-ikot siya. Tapos it was hard to get her out of the bath kasi maybe gustong-gusto niya doon, I don't know. maybe gusto niya lang talaga sa bad. Kaya tinalungan din ako nung sis. Mabait yung mga sisters niya. Madami sila pero most of them are really helpful. So yun lang naman yung challenge. Nasakit sa likod kasi kapag mabigat eh. Kaya grateful ako na yung patient ko na regular, hindi siya mabigat. Well, before, nagkaroon ako ng patient na at first, magagaan lang naman sila talaga. Pero yung nag-start na siyang maglakad, yung naging challenge sa akin is yung nag-aaral siya maglakad, tapos na-addict na siyang maglakad. So, nakaduko ba tawag doon? My neck is always like this, kaya nagka-problem yung neck ko doon eh. Doon sa patient na yon kasi kailangan nakabantay sa kanya. Tapos, kung saan siya pupunta, maakyat, tapos babang hagdan, akyat na hagdan. Ay, pag ambulatory yung patient, that's another challenge. Hahabulin mo talaga. Para kang may anak. So, yaya ba? Parang ganon. Tapos kapag, ano pa ba, yung, red light pa. Ano pa bang challenge? Naging challenge ko before. May isa pa ako naging patient before this dito sa naging regular patient ko na magaan lang. Mabigat din. And very passive siya kasi. yun yung challenge for me ha. Kapag nag-change ng diapers, kapag mabigat yung patient, talagang mahirap. And kapag nagbabat na wala kang katulong na-experience ko yan. Kaya hindi ako tumagal sa patient na yun. Mahirap din. But like what I said sa previous clip ko, I think, na pwede ka naman mag-request kasi kung hindi mo kaya yung patient, feeling mo it's not gonna be safe for you or safe for the patient, then pwede ka mag-request na ibang patient. Like that's what happened to me. Ang naging problem lang kasi recently, since kapag ito, another challenge, kapag na-hospital yung patient, you have to cover sa ibang patient. So, wala kang choice. Sometimes, thankfully, itong patient na to, although mabigat siya, at least, 10 minutes away lang, within Lakewood lang. Pero yung ibang i-cover mo, minsan, it's like 50 miles, 60 miles away. And yung iba mas malayo pa. And that's really a great challenge for others, especially those na hindi gustong mag-drive, or lalo na kapag yung shift mo ang haba-haba tapos magdadrive ka pa pauwi, di ba? That was a challenge for me before nung medyo malayo yung patient ko. 19 miles lang naman yun. 19 miles to and fro. And hindi yun supplemented ng allowance sa travel kasi it's not enough. I think yung supplemented lang is 50 miles, 60 miles. I can't remember. Pero yung mga ganon, yung mga sobrang lalayo. Pero yung ganon na 5 days a week ako pupunta dun. Tapos nag-request na lang kami na 3 times, 4 times a week na lang pumunta. Mas habaan yung shift para konting drive na lang na nagawa naman. I'm just glad I'm not driving that long anymore. So, unfortunately, yung ibang nurses, nasanay na din naman yung iba siguro, I think, kaya hindi sila nagre-request ng malipat ng ibang patient. Kasi yun nga, kapag napamahal ka na dun sa patient and close ka na din dun sa family, you would rather stay dun sa patient na yon. I think that's the case with me din dito sa regular patient ko. Kaya the team and I, all of us, we're really grateful na finally nakabalik na siya from hospital. Babalik na rin soon yung yung shift, yung regular schedule namin. Although ako magpapahinga naman ako after my shift tomorrow. So after this shift, in 8 hours may shift ulit ako. So ilang oras lang yung tulog ko, di ba? Ganon talaga. Ito kasi yung binigay na i-cover ko yung shift na i-cover ko. And I'm not sure kung napansin nila na ganon yung span lang ng pahinga ko. Pero Siguro hindi nila na-check, kaya ganun. Pero I think ang sabi naman nila, basta within 6 hours or more na in between, may pahinga ka, okay na yun. Which is not great for me. Kaya gusto ko nga, after every shift, may off eh. Ganun yung gusto ko. So, ano pa ba? Yung sa lifting pala, may nagtanong sa akin recently. Gaano ba kadami yung lifting? Well, magli-lift ka lang naman kapag, ito sa experience ko, magli-lift ka kapag mag-change ng diapers, magpapaligo. Tapos, kapag morning shift ka, unfortunately, mas maraming lifting. Kasi, dadalhin mo pa kung may Rifton chair yung patient mo, dadalhin mo doon. Kapag may stander, dadalhin mo din doon. Tapos, kapag kailangan yung mag-activity, halimbawa pag wala sa school, pag walang school, mag-activity kayo, ilalagay mo either sa bin bag, sa floor, may mga ganong patient. Meron din namang patient na hindi naman kasi kompleto lahat, so you don't have to do all of those. So, depende yun. Kapag morning shift ka, syempre mas maraming lifting. Pero kapag overnight yung shift mo, halos konti na lang. Ang ginagawa ko normally, magli-lift kapag magbabath, change diapers, yun na. Tapos in the morning, change diapers ulit. Or kung mag-poop siya during the night, ganun lang. Pero may iba kasing nurse na ang hawak nila, mabibigat na patient. Meron namang iba na may assist, may mga lift, like Hoyer lift, I think, kapag sobrang bibigat ng patient. And I can't hindi kasi ako pwede magsalita for them eh. So kung ano yung experience nila, ang narinig ko lang, sometimes they have that, sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't. I think depende na lang sa'yo. So kung ano yung gusto ng parents, I don't know. Kasi pag pedia kasi laging may say yung parents eh. Aside from say mo as a nurse, may mga preferences din kasi yung parents. So, you have to consult with them all the time. Do I think that's a challenge? Sometimes it is, especially kapag hindi kayo click ng parents or ng one of the parents. Ganun kasing, sa lahat naman, hindi lang sa Jewish lahat namang areas, lahat naman ng races, lahat ng type ng tao sa buong mundo, kung Pilipino ka man, puti, or whatever, saan ka galing na nationality, mayroon talagang masasama ang ugali, meron din namang hindi, meron naman talagang sobrang mabait, like yung family kanila, sobrang mabait nila. Oh my gosh, I appreciate them so much. And yun, I think that's it. Okay, mag-good night na ako because I need my sleep right away kasi maaga pa ako mamaya. I have 8 hours. So, I think I'm only gonna sleep for 5 hours before my next shift. So, that's it. I hope I answered all your questions. Bye. My shift just ended. Everything's great. Somehow with my patient. And ngayon, I'm on my way. To get the extra chunks from the other nurse. I learned from last night na meron sila na makapal na chunks, which is great to use. So, I'm going there right now kasi yung go ahead. Kasi yung chunks ng patient ko, yung natira maninipis na lang eh. And I really love those thicker ones kasi mas tumatagal din sila. I'm sure. It's still winter. February 18th today. Ang pinakamababang temperature in Celsius, I believe, is going to be about negative 13 degrees Celsius, and the highest would be negative 2 or negative 4 degrees Celsius. Pero wala naman sinabi ng snow so far. I just know na from last week they said there will be blizzard supposedly by Thursday, which is tomorrow. Wednesday ngayon. Wait, it's not Wednesday today. It's Tuesday today. Kalimutan ko na. Anyway, so Thursday dapat ng 1 a.m. may blizzard and snow should be up to 13 inches and everyone's not happy about that news. And now, naging less than 2 inches na lang. And I don't think it's gonna be a blizzard anymore. Just another snow day. One of the things that I like dito for other nurses, they are really helpful. There are also some nurses who are not. Meron mga okay na ka-endorse. Sa team ko naman, sa patient ko, wala akong problema. Everyone's nice. Everyone's doing their job. That's the best thing you can do lang talaga when you're pediatric home care nurse. I think with any type of jobs you have as a nurse or not as a nurse at all, as long as you're doing your job right, or as long as you're doing your best, wala ka naman magiging problem sa mga ka-endorse mo eh. Yun nga lang syempre kapag matagal ka na doon, regular patient mo na, tas may mga backlogs ka pa rin or mga mistakes, ikaw na yung may problem doon. Pero kung nag-cover ka lang and you decide to cover for some patient, help out sa manpower ba, and some mistakes could happen once, and if it happens again, maybe tolerable, pero mas okay lang na one time lang. As much as possible. Kaya mas maganda talaga before ka pumunta dun sa patient, aaralin mo yung case. And this is what I learned recently. Kasi nag-cover ako for a patient na hindi ko naman lang nakausap yung case manager. Although I talked to some of the nurses. So, hindi ko alam kung nasan yung mga meds niya. Kailangan ko na mag-prepare. But I had enough time naman to learn about it. Tinawagan ko yung case manager. And it was so early. Groggy pa siya. And she was like frustrated, a little frustrated na hindi niya ako nakausap before ako nag-cover. Kasi for other nurses, yung patient na yun is a bit hard for them. May mga tinatag kasi yung nurses ng hard minsan, either because of the actual case itself or sa parents, hard to please them, you know. Dito na ako. But there are also that's with the nurses, no? Tapos na sa nurses. With the parents naman, yes, there are parents who are great. Yung parents ng patient ko naman, they're so awesome. Kapag trach ties change, nag-help naman sila. I think I'm gonna here. Dito na ba yun? Check ko nga. Hindi ko ma-check kasi yung yung maps ko kasi I have this video right here. Yung asawa ni Norina. Anyway. So, may parents na okay. They treat you as a part of their team, which is great. Katulad nung sa patient ko. And there are also parents na iasa sa'yo lahat. Although, you're a nurse, may mga ibang bagay na hindi pang trabaho ng nurse na iasa din sa'yo. Which isn't great. So, may may option ka naman to decline kung dun sa patient na yon. If you don't like it there, if you don't like the vibes there, you have an option naman to request for another patient until ma-find mo yung okay sa iyo, and okay sa parents. Yung parents okay naman sila sa iyo, and you find a match na. And a lot of people are asking me about it. So yeah, I'm so office there, really they listen naman. They listen to the nurses, especially those nurses na yung ginagawa naman talaga yung trabaho nila. May mga iba but I guess I'm not allowed to say everything else. I can't speak for other nurses. I can only speak for myself, yung sa experience ko. So this is what I've experienced. I guess I'm gonna continue this video later because I need to talk to the nurse. Nakukunan ko ng checks. Alright, see ya. So ayun, nagpa-foggy kasi yung glasses ko. Mas better na hindi ko na isuot. Aray ko, Ray-Bans ko to. Mag 3 years na. Kailangan din palitan because I visited my opta recently. Sabi niya may astigmatism daw ako, kaya sumasakit yung eyes ko. Saan ako dadaan? Ito, exit. Anyway, nagulat ako dun sa Chucks. Isang box pala yun. Akala ko mga 3 bags lang. Ang dami pala. Anyway, it's a good help kasi nga makapal eh. Di na rin kailangan bumili ng parents ng ibang Chucks. If I don't think naman na they buy them. I think the insurance provides it for them. Nagbibigay kasi yung mga insurance ng stocks sa kanila eh. Yung insurance din yung nagbabayad sa aming mga nurses. Same with the hospitals. If you have insurance, they pay for you. Ang problem lang dito, as what I've said in my previous video, even though you're paying for insurance, mataas yung insurance, not all the time ma-approve ka. And that really sucks. Ako, kahit na yung mataas na rate yung kinuha ko, I still tend to pay even though I'm paying for my insurance. Pero sa atin, sa Pilipinas, diba, once you're paying more, even if you're just paying less, halos wala ka. Yung sa MaxiCare ko, wala na binabayaran. Anyway, wow! Yeah. Sila dapat, pero nauna na kami. It's nice to drop by dito sa my Deer Path once again. Kasi you know, when I first came here back in September 2022, I left the Philippines in September 22, 2022, and when I got here, I went back in time, and the date when I got here in Newark Airport, New Jersey, it's September 22, 2022 pa rin. Ayun, napunta kami sa Deer Path. That's our first dwelling, our first accommodation provided by. That is where I met my friends na hanggang ngayon friends ko pa rin, mga mostly batchmates and mga naging kabahay sa Deer Path kasi they're like 2 bedrooms there and we're like 2 people for every bedroom, and there's this 1 bedroom with 3 beds. So sama-sama kami with 1 bathroom that's how we get to know each other. Kasi isa lang yung bathroom. It's an okay place. Ang bilis nga ng panahon, September yun, di ba? February na, mag-end na ng February. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7 months na lang ako. And I'm done. Isa sa mga tinatanong namin with each other nurses, is ano yung plano namin? Anong plano mo after ng contract mo? Are you gonna stay here in New Jersey? Or are you gonna move somewhere else? Ako, I have options naman. I like the idea of moving somewhere else kasi honestly, with the cold during winter, I'm not a fan of that. At first, I liked the snow so much. I enjoyed it. But eventually, lalo na this winter 2024, I don't like winters like this. How much more pa, diba? Kung yung worst winters pa talaga na umabot pa ng more than 10 inches yung snow. I think more than 8 inches is worse already. I don't want to experience that. Maybe kung pupunta ako sa Switzerland, that's okay. Pero if you experience them every day and you have to work, it's a pain in the bum. So I'd rather not have the snow. And people like us, we gotta work because we gotta pay the bills and gotta pay all the debts. See? And even though you don't want to work, you'd rather stay home and cuddle in bed, watch Netflix. You can't do that kasi you can't afford not to work. That's the life here in the US. Hindi ko yan ma-imagine before. Why were they saying na you should work like... Most people here usually work like a horse. Hispanic. And I experienced that. I'm sort of like working like horse. I know some people na wala nang off. They work every day. Ako, may off pa naman. That's really important to me. Pero yun nga lang, may time na nasa-short. And some people are asking me why. Single naman ako. Bakit nasa-short? You see, meron din kasing, aside from yung mga may nakaset na akong budget na binabayaran sa Pilipinas, I have a car there na I'm still paying for, and previously I also had that loan there. I paid it off, thankfully. And another thing is yung mga extrang gastos dito. The travels, of course. Kasi isa sa mga gusto ko din sana is mapuntahan yung mga iba-ibang states to see kung saan nga ba ako pupunta after my contract. So far, I went to Utah, Florida, Nevada, California, saan pa ba? New York, of course, upstate New York. Yun lang siguro yung mga states na napuntahan ko dito. Other states, yung mga for a time sa Michigan. But I did not leave the airport. So where am I going after my contract? I guess I have a friend sa Washington State. I could stay there. I also have a close friend from here who lives in Nevada. I could stay there too. I also have previous clients kasi nag-work ako sa virtual assistant, diba? And that's why I write, that's why I know some stuff about marketing, digital marketing, because of my work as a as a freelancer virtual assistant nasa Pinas pa. So I could go to Indiana and be there with them. My client there, my previous client, he's been trying to convince me to be a real estate agent for 2 years. Well, just about a year and a half. And I don't know, who knows? But it's not, it's like at the back of my head, but I didn't want to entertain that idea. Well, before, siguro na-entertain ko, but now, I'm more of like, I have other plans other than working as a nurse. Although, one of those plans, of course, is not to work as a nurse until I retire, like until I'm really old and ugod-ugod na. I don't want to be that. I think what I'll keep is writing, creating contents. Kung may manood sa akin, that's great. I'm planning to create more YouTube channels aside from this talking head thing, because for me it seems to be not working at all. Well, it's hard to tell kasi ano pa lang October, November, December, January, magpo 4 months pa lang na since I started, and I'm learning everything pa lang. This like a long learning curve for me because I couldn't really focus on doing it. Let's see after a year or 2 kung this kind of channel would really work. But I'm planning to create 2 more channels na faceless and don't need to show my face. But I would still write for one of those channels. Yung isa, more like unboxing. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll see. Yun. I'm moving to, I have a lot of options with moving. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about Colorado. I went to Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado with my family couple of years back. I think that's in 2023, 2 years ago. Wait, 2024, 2025, man. A year and a half ago. That's also one of my options because I think Colorado is a really nice place. Any place na pwedeng maraming gawin, adventure, like gusto ko kasi yung magbike sa desert. I want to experience that. That's why I think Nevada is really great. And California, yung may mga national park, Colorado. Oh, I've also been to Arizona. I think that's a cool place too. It's hot in the summer, cold in the winter. But I never experienced winter there. Summer lang talaga super hot. But I want to experience that. Magbabike dun ba sa desierto? Ano ba? Pwede naman yung mga lugar na yon. I also like, although wala akong kakilalang taga Key West, when I went there, it felt like home. Although prone siya sa bagyo, I'm used to having living in a place na prone sa bagyo because I live in Bicol in the Philippines. I grew up there. Well, it felt like home in Key West. Ang nakalagay nga dun what's that? Mile Zero? Kasi that's the southernmost part of the United States, I believe. Mile Zero. I can't say any more about that kasi I still need to know more about a lot of things. So yun, I think I'm gonna end this video again and I'm gonna look for the other questions sa akin. Recently, someone sent me a message asking about my experience with New Jersey, Lakewood. So I'm gonna check that out. Tuko ko. So I saw the question, how is an employer, and ano daw yung mga challenges ng nurses. An employer, well, nag-start pa lang naman sila. So when we first started in 2022, nag-start pa lang sila sa pediatric home care, as in the home care setting. Kaya maraming kinailangang improvement. Pero so far naman, dahil sa mga feedback ng mga nurses, unti-unti na naman nila na ibibigay yun what we're asking for, or most of the nurses are asking for. One example is yung 401k. I believe meron na silang matching. Dati wala. That's really important for the nurses. Although meron siyang conditions. I think you have to stay with the company longer para ma-avail mo yon. And other stuff, yung insurance kasi, kailan lang ba yun? I can't remember when it was offered. I think they're with Aetna na talaga before. Aside from yung 401k, finally meron namang insurance na option. You can get that. But I think the problem here naman is not the insurance that they give. I think it's the insurance itself. Kinuha ko naman yung insurance na in-offer nila before, yung Aetna, the highest premium. Pero I've decided to get my own privately, on my own, kasi I wasn't satisfied with it, kasi nga may binabayaran pa rin ako. And like for example, nung gusto kong magpa-Cairo, walang I have to pay for it. Hindi siya kasama sa coverage ko. Pero with this other insurance, yung United Health, merong free na 6 visits. That's cool, right? When it comes to race, meron naman every year raise sa na binibigay. And actually, depende rin siya sa performance mo as a nurse. By performance, meaning lagi ka bang pumapasok or lagi ka bang nagko-call out. Isang malaking factor yun. And I don't think factor yung yung patient mo, whatever case you have, whether that's may level daw. May level kasi sila. I didn't know about it before until I requested to move to another patient dahil sa schedule na gusto ko. Yun pala, with schedule, it was a challenge for me before. Pero since nakinig naman yung company sa request ko, magpalipat ako so I could get a better schedule. Naman sila, nag-comply naman, tinulungan naman ako. Now, I have a schedule that I like and a team of nurses that it's not really hard to talk to kapag kailangan ko makipag-switch. They're all really nice. They're all really, really great. So, ano naman yung challenges ko ngayon? Patapos na yung contract ko eh. Ano pa ba challenges ko ngayon as a nurse? The only challenge that I could think of right now is being able to pay for all my debts. Kasi pero decision mo naman yun eh, with how much you spend and how much you plan on your spending. It depends on that. Kung aabot ka sa point na kahit gusto mo nang magpahinga, kailangan mo pa rin magtrabaho kasi kailangan mo magbayad ng utang o kailangan mo mabuhay, ganon. Pero, yun kasi yung goal ko na ngayon. Yung goal ko, first, is hindi na ako magkaroon ng overdrafts. That's another challenge, yung magkakaroon ka ng overdrafts dahil sa unwise spending. And, the next goal, kapag nami-meet ko na yon, is magkaroon ng savings again. I was able to do that on my first year. Have enough savings sana. And for investment too. Ano pa ba? Yun na lang yung mga naisip kong challenges eh. Before, syempre, when I got here, it's a really big challenge kasi wala akong alam sa una-una mga G-tube cases. Mga level 1, no? Level 1 ba tawag ng level 3? Well, anyway. So, kahit G-tube lang, syempre, hindi ko alam paano anong gagawin ko sa feeding pump, dun sa kangaroo. When I first encountered it, syempre, mahirap at first. Yung infinity pump, when I first encountered it, syempre, mahirap at first. Ngayon, sa BiPAP din, when I first encountered it, syempre, I don't know how to use it. Ngayon, nagkaroon ako ng vent patient. Paano naman yung mga mga stuff na ginagawa ng respiratory therapist, you have to know about it somehow. Then, yung mga expiratory time and inspiratory time. Ay, nandiyan na yung sinusundo ko. So, yun yung mga challenges. Tapos, yung pag may bago, like, a Farrell bag, chimney, ano yun. Pero eventually, kapag natapos na, okay na.